and there we go. Right, so I was fishing yesterday at get out of the wind. I was fishing yesterday at Trunch Lane. Didn't go to plan. It was a nice day apart from the wind and the weather and the wind direction, and I picked up some fresh bait from a chap at Chapel who advertised on the side of the road called Dud, and I'll leave his number and that in for anybody that wants bait, but you have to pick it up from him. So I bought some lug from another bait shop, and I've kept them in that bucket, which I show you in the previous video what I did. Like I say, it's the next day now. It's now Saturday. Don't know the date, but I shall put it on. And we're at River Humber. I'm in bay 25 today because all the bays are taken up. There's another 2 bays, I think, that way, and then bays 20 and 19, I think they're gone, but it's a bit windy. I'm going to apologise for the wind noise. Thanks for everybody that's subscribed to my channel. At this moment in time, it's gone crazy again, and it's nearly gone up 100 in 3 days, so it's brilliant. Thank you very much for everyone that's subscribed. Please like or dislike. You know, prefer a like, but if you dislike, and please comment. It's always good to answer comments. I do get round to it because I'm a little bit busy, but I do get round to it when I'm sat there at night with a coffee or something. And ring that bell, yeah, ding it, so that you get notifications. That's it. High tide today is at 4:20 p.m. It's a slight water. There is weed out there. I can see weed. That's not good, is it? But there, I've got good bait today. That's the main thing. I've got lugworm, and I'm going to tip that off with squid. I've got other baits. I've got some mackerel, I've got squid, obviously, and I've got some razor fish, but I'm going to use my lugworms and squid. 6.9 metre tide today, and the millibars pressure is 1035, so a bit different to 940 we had the other 3 or 4 weeks ago. So let's hope I catch something. If I catch something, great. The reason I'm out here so quick is because this coronavirus is going around, and they're even talking about on the radio now, which wouldn't surprise me. Let me just slide my door shut. They're on about possible shutdown, so I wouldn't be surprised. They've shut down every other country. I wouldn't be surprised if they shut ours down at some point when it's the right time, obviously. But just figured I'd get out while I can, get some videos behind me so Tom can edit them. Thank you, Tom. It's windy. I'm going to put this up for me to get all my gear ready and get myself ready. I've got a bit of time yet. As you can see, that further down here, there's a tide takes longer to come in, whereas up there they'll be fishing before me. Right, well, just speaking to that chap, he's one of the blokes that does the security up and down here, and he says that they aren't shutting this down for this epidemic, but if they shut everyone down, then you ain't going to be able to get here anyhow, are you? But you're probably better off here than anywhere else with this wind. Like I say, I've got good bait today. I don't know how far I'm going to get to cast out because of this wind. It's blowing this way into my face. As you can see, the chimney stacks, they're normally always blowing across this way. So I've got good bait. I've got good bait to fish with, and I've probably got the wrong conditions. Better conditions than yesterday at Trunch Lane, but probably the wrong conditions. It'll be great, nice when I can come fishing and there's not a lot of wind, so my rods are still. I've got good bait, so I've got more of a chance of catching a good fish. So that day will come, hopefully. See, now they're casting out down there at the next bay. They're casting out the water. They're really having to yank it to get it over them rocks. And yeah, you can fish earlier, but the amount of tackle that you can lose is ridiculous. I don't know why they just don't go over the side and fish over. So anyhow. Right, it is the date, which I couldn't remember before, is Saturday the 21st of March. So yeah, just thought I'd tell you that. Now, over the wall, I was going to go over and fish too far. Too far. The only place I might be able to get over is down there. So that last place that I just showed you, that's probably the only place that I can get down with my step ladders. It's the embankment on these bays around bay 25 are quite steep, so yeah, you can get over, but I'm 51 and it's a bit of a trek. So I was going to take my leader icon rod there, the 12-foot one, and I was going to fish over the wall, but I don't think I'm going to bother. The problem is how I look at things is, if you're on a day's fishing and you've got no wind, seas like it is now, just a bit of squall on it, and it's dry and sunny is even better. It's a cracking day, and you don't mind jumping over a wall if you can fish a bit earlier and stuff like that. That's what I am like. When you've got one extreme condition, and today is the wind, it is quite windy. That's my rod there moving. Can you see that? That rod that's moving there, there's not even I ain't even threaded the line up and put a weight on it, hanging off it. It's just the wind's doing that to the rod. So it's going to be a bit extreme today. Just like anybody else that goes fishing in the wind, that's what it is. But if you've got one condition, rain, extreme wind, or just windy like today, or snow, you know, stuff like that, a heavy swell on the sea, it can make the fishing really hard. But it makes it horse work, to be honest. So you only need one condition, weather-wise or the sea, and it's hard work. And I'm looking forward for them weeks to come, if we're still alive, to go fishing on one of them days. It's just a shame I've got these lugworms. I bought the lugworms yesterday and I thought to myself, I ain't using them yesterday, i.e. on the day that I bought them. I was going to, because the conditions were terrible and it wouldn't have helped having good bait on at all. So I thought I'll come fishing to the river, but this wind is the same. It eases tomorrow, but you don't know whether the country's going to be locked down, do you? You just don't know. They've talked about it on the radio today, but obviously Boris hasn't come out and said we're locking down, but it's coming, innit? They've now sorted out money for most of the workers, and self-employed like me as well, to an extent, which is but far better than anything else you could ever hope for, really, for what they've done. And they're just putting everything in step, I think, ready to go, poof, that's it. Everyone's in. And then I think I'll still have to go to the school because I'm a caretaker to keep the schools open for the people in the hospital. So not everywhere's going to get locked down. But so anyhow, forget all that rubbish and depressing stuff. But it's always on your mind, isn't it? I'm always thinking about it anyhow. So got to make the best. It's better than yesterday, I'll tell you that. This weather and the conditions. The surf is less, the wind is not so bad. It's always better though if it's as windy as this. It's blowing from behind, isn't it? It's always better. So anyhow, I'm not going over there. I'd like to go over there and start fishing early, because you don't get so long to fish at this bay. You can see down here where the tide has got so long to get in yet. That's the factory where I always fish behind. Here's the main road out that way, and the track is over there. You come up from here in between a factory. and then up this track here where my finger is, and then you're down on the road. So that's where I am. So anyhow, I can't fish yet, so I just thought I'd speak to you, and because you might be getting fed up, I don't know, or I might be assisting you and nodding off at night, going to sleep if you put it on at night because you run out of sleeping tablets, perhaps, I don't know. But it's as my wife said, you got to be here to catch them, ain't you? It's just that when you watch this, you're seeing that I haven't caught much since my cod and dab, and it does jar you off a bit. It's just being able to pick the conditions, and sometimes you've got to work and you've got to fish the days you don't want to fish, or you think the country's going to shut down, so you're here fishing, aren't you? So anyhow, wife said, if you're not there, you're not going to catch anything. You're not going to catch sat in the front room, are you, or in your garage? So I said, yeah, well, you're right, and you can't do much with blow lug, can you? So apart from use them. So that's what I'm doing. Anyhow, see you in a bit. Found myself a weight, squid's in there. I went further down there to the next bay, bay 24, to see if there's any weights, but there ain't any. You never have enough weights, you know. Well, we'll just try it down there and see what happens. Put some more squid on, I've got the squid here. Put head on the bottom. Try a couple of casts down there, and then what I'll do is we'll get back up top. this snotty weed on again. It's so hard to pick off. Yes, I'm fishing down there. I weren't going to fish down there, but I am. I'm using this tree, this branch of a tree, as a rod rest, and I've now sorted that out with the rock. I've cast out to the right and it's holding bottom. So I'm fishing squid at the minute. I couldn't be asked to bring all my lugworms down there. Like I say, if I was in one of the other bays, it's not as steep as this one. This one's quite steep, and with your ladder, the ladder's always trying to go. Hang on, who's that? I've still got my rod and everything up there, and cars keep going past, so I have to keep checking, make sure nothing goes missing. You don't, not saying that they would, because they wouldn't. Sometimes you do get some young tearaways on motorbikes, like I used to be. You know, we've all been there, we've all done it. This rod that I'm using is my rod from 15 years ago. It was my first new rod I bought after a long gap, a long spell of not fishing, and from using my fiberglass rods. So I really enjoy using it. I think you can still buy them. I think I might get another one if I stay alive. But yeah, I'm here, I'm down there. I ain't going to be able to be here for long. I should have come down sooner, really. But I saw that log, that tree branch, and I thought to myself, I could use that as a rod rest. So that's what I've done. This is a different angle for filming, isn't it? A little bit different. Wind. Well, I don't know if the wind's died down. No, hasn't died down. I think it's around about 22, 23, 24 mile an hour, something like that. But obviously it's gusting as well. It's the gusts that is making it hard work. I think I might get wet feet when I reel this one in, with them waves crashing on them rocks. I've just had a message off Lee, one of my subscribers, and I've met him down there. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed meeting. Thought I had a bite then. I thought it was a great big whale on it. And yeah, I enjoyed meeting Lee. I thought, who's this geezer coming down there to have a chat with me? And he introduced himself and recognised me because of my van. So anyhow, I've just had a message off him. He was here yesterday fishing, and he caught a small codling. I'll be pleased if I catch a small codling. I'd be happy with a rockling. I've never caught a rockling. Some people call them slugs for some reason. To me, it's a fish. I'd be quite happy to catch a rockling. You name it. Dogfish. Would I like to catch a dogfish? Everyone I talk to where I fish, there's plenty of dogfish on there. I haven't even had a sniff of one. Perhaps I can't cast out far enough, but I certainly aren't going to be casting out far enough today in this. It's atrocious, but not as bad as yesterday. No, yesterday, which was the previous video at Trunch Lane, unbelievable. That was terrible. It's quite nice down there. I think I might ride the next 3 or 4 months out. I'll just stay here and sleep there. I'm sure I won't get wet feet. I think it'll be safer than where I am. So yeah, let's hope for a rockling or a dogfish or any other fish that people don't like to catch. I'll catch all of them. I'll have them all. They can all just line up and come to me and get caught on my bait. That'd be nice. Look at that! Oh my days! Let me just check it's filming. Look! Oh! Little codling! Little booty, look! Got his little beard. My second codling. There you go. Woohoo! Right, second codling. Let's get him back. Second codling. That's the second. Oh, that's my. It was only a small codling, but that was my second codling this year at the river, Bay 25, and I'm chuffed to bits. I've chucked my rod down there gently, but fantastic. I saw Lee was there a bit back, and he was fishing down there and caught a fish as the tide was coming up, and I've done the same. I can't believe it. I'm so chuffed to bits. I hope this has recorded this. I haven't blanked. That's where I put my rod. Anyhow, when I put my rod rest away, I've caught another codling. Brilliant. I'm so chuffed. Let's hope I catch some on them lugworms. Spot on. Well, I really hope I've got that on film. The battery was nearly out. Small little tiny codling caught down there. Over the moon. That's the second codling I've caught. Can't believe it. In these conditions as well. I baited up squid, chucked it out, brought it back in, baited it up again with more squid, just adding to it, chucked it out, small codling. That's an absolute bloody marvel. Unbelievable. When I first come here on the river, there was someone in Bay 28 and he was just sat there, not doing a lot. And I thought, well, you just have to fish where you can fish, don't you? So he didn't do nothing. He hadn't even been out of his car. I've been watching him because I like fishing Bay 28. So like I was saying, I couldn't get in Bay 28, so I'm at Bay 25 then. I'm quite happy with that. I'm fishing a bay up this end, and I've caught a codling. So anyhow, this bloke in the bay, he's just driven down, and normally I'd now be effing and chuffing and all that malarkey, and I ain't bothered. I just ain't bothered that nobody is in Bay 28, and here I am, not fishing in the bay that I prefer, because I'm in Bay 25 and I've caught a small codling. So normally I'd be going mental by now, moaning and groaning, but anyhow, I've got that's why I've come up, because the waves are now crashing over and you get wet. So I've come up. I'm now going to put the kettle on, have a pot noodle, and I hope that's got this on film. I hope I've filmed it and got it on. It was still flashing with a record light, but there was just no power in the battery. But I've still stopped flash, so I'm sure it's recorded. It's a bit of a worrier. Should have cleaned the lens as well. That might be a problem. But I don't care, because even if it's blurred, it's a fish. And it's a codling. Cheers. Right, I'm going to have a little moan now. I'm still excitedly happy. But that bloke that was down there in Bay 28, which I ain't bothered about, but that bloke down there in Bay 28 was obviously parked there for someone else to go fishing. It must be nice to have friends that'll come out and sit there in a bay for about 2 hours. Don't quote me on it though, but he was there when I turned up. And wait for your mates to come to let them fish there. I ain't got anybody. Nobody would do that for me. But it don't matter, because you can catch fish in Bay 25. Yes, you can get a small codling. I don't care if it's small or large, because if it was large I'd probably chuck it back. Right, I should be casting out shortly. It'll be an exciting time. There's fish in that water, or there was 3/4 an hour ago. There's just a little bit of a lull. You can cast out and fish it, but you've got to sort of do the Highland flick or something. When you're reeling it in, because it's right close. Seagull there, look. What's that after? He's after something, isn't he? Unless he might just be having a drink of water. So yeah, when you're reeling it in, I could cast out now, but when I reel it in, I've got to give it a Highland flick and launch the weight up so it don't get caught up in the seaweed and rocks. If I leave it half an hour, 3/4 an hour, yeah, fish might have gone past and I might blank, but it's less stressful. And in my life, I don't like stress. I get stressed enough as it is, unless they pull a fish up right now because they're reeling in. But I haven't seen them down there pull anything out, but then I could have missed it, couldn't I? Anyhow, Nah, they ain't got nothing. There's no point. Well, just wait until that tide get better. Probably another 10 minutes and I'll be able to cast out, but then I won't be able to reel in for probably 20 minutes. That don't matter, it'll soak the bait, won't it? And if there's a fish on it, I've got sharp hooks on there, it'll hook itself, it'll be sorted. Caught fish. You won't believe how much pressure there is to catch a fish. Because I upload all my videos, and it's about me fishing, and that's what happened on that day. You certainly have a blank, and you can have many blanks before you catch a fish. And obviously I've blanked since catching that codling and dab. I've blanked 2 out of 3 times because I caught that special painted top shell crab, didn't I? Hey? Anyhow, I blanked and blanked and blanked apart from the crab, and just catching the fish today here, as long as it's on this camera and it's recorded it, it's a relief. It's good fun as well. I never minded not catching any fish, and because I enjoy being here fishing, I enjoy the environment. It'd be better if it weren't so windy, but looking back at the videos, when Tom edits the videos and he puts them on for me to have a look at, I can see that as the fishing trip goes on, you get a little bit more downhearted and downbeat because there's been no fish. So I do realise that if you don't catch fish, you do get a bit more downhearted. But and that's through watching my videos back. For when I actually catch a fish, I actually brighten up and I see these muscles move and stuff, and I think, bloody hell, what's going on there? So yeah, I do enjoy catching fish, and seems to be a little bit of pressure to catch them when you're putting videos up on YouTube, but it's not that much pressure, because if I don't catch, it goes up. It's my fishing trip. So, but I'm pleased I caught a fish for you. Even more so, I caught a fish for myself. So anyhow, I'll bring you back when I won't bring you back, I'll be back in a bit when I cast out with these. Well, you wouldn't believe it. Let me just check that's still filming. Look at that little baby. Look at her. Hello! Little tiny flounder. That's two fish! Two fish in one session on different casts. Getting good, isn't it? Look at that. I just got some orange spots. It's rough that way, rough there, rough there. That's a flounder. Look at that. My little booty. Go on, Ellie, swallowed me coffee. That looks good, doesn't she? Look at the eyes moving. Right, let's get her back. Oh dear, right. We're going to have to go over. We're going to have to go over, guys. Yeah, see them air bubbles coming out. Got some seawater in this bucket with my lugworm. And I'm keeping hold of the fish so it don't eat me lugworm. Because knowing my luck, it'll swallow me bloody lugworm. Oh yeah, she's coming. She's perking up. She can sniff the bait. Right, so let's go return this one. Well, she's gone. I oinked her out there and she went straight into the wave. But I refreshed her. She started breathing oxygen in that water. So, two fish. Spat on the bloody fish eye, look. Sorry about that, Tom. I gobbed on the lens. Oh, we've got weed coming up. Can you see that? There's plenty of weed, but it's not bad. It's only bladder rack, so it only goes up the line like that. It don't even snag your line when you're reeling it in. Fantastic. So on the blue rod, I've got lugworm and tipped off with squid. On the other rod, I'm just going to tip it off with squid. I'm going to squid it because I've only got 20 lug, and that's 5 casts on the blue rod. But I might actually put a 2-hook flapper on now instead of a 3-hook, because I don't know that there's much point having a 3-hook. Brilliant, I'll bring you back in a bit. I'm a fishing genius, aren't I? 2 fish in one session on different casts. I ain't got it. Oh dear. I ain't seen anybody else pull out in yet. No, he ain't got anything. It's a shame really, because everyone should be allowed to catch something, shouldn't they? But mind you, I ain't caught a lot for a long time, have I? See now, is that a bite now? I just don't know whether that's a bite. Is that a bite? On the black rod? No. Well, might be. That's on the blue rod. Just got to keep taking this off. Oh, there's another bit. There's a little bit of weed about. Well, I shall turn it back on when I reel in. I'm going to lower that rod so it's in so I can watch it, so it takes some of the knocks out. As a matter of fact, I'll do it now. It's non-stop, isn't it? Non-stop. Unbelievable. I mean, there's nothing to moan about. How can I keep everyone happy? Oh dear. That was a good sized little flounder as well. As a matter of fact, I've got a measuring stick in the tackle box now. I should have measured it, shouldn't I? Too excited. Just too excited to measure, aren't I? Oh. I thought that was a bite then, but I was right. I learned from yesterday. I thought that was a bite then, but it was seaweed going up the line. Now yesterday for me, but the video before this at Trunch Lane, I looked at one of the clips last night before I give it to Tom to take it off this microcard. Yeah, seaweed. Well, it could be a fish, couldn't it? I mean, is it going to be like fish nuts today? Well, if there's a fish on it, it's bouncing like that, there's a fish on it, it ain't going to come off a shark book, is it? I put all new shark books on all the rest of my rigs. So, yeah, I was looking at a clip of the video of Trunch Lane, and you couldn't see my face because I didn't have the torch on, the light on for the camera. Because it was daylight, I thought, don't need the light on. But then, when I looked back at it, I realised that all you could see was the hood of my hoodie, and perhaps you can do something with that, Tom. Put like a scythe above my head or something, because I look like the Grim Reaper. Look at all this seaweed. There'll be another bit along in a minute. Oh. It unhooks itself. Another bit. Be another bit along in it. Oh, there we go. Oh, I don't know. The previous video it was my towel. Now it's seaweed keeping me happy. I'm happy anyhow. It's been hard fishing just lately, even after I caught my codling and dab. And they're coming a bit, but it's been great today up to now. I don't care if I don't catch another fish. That's a good fish, and it weren't far out. I cocked that cast up on that first on the leader rod, and I thought when I reeled it in, it's going to be hard work. And I thought to myself, it's going to get snagged up on them rocks. That's why I was reeling like crazy. And then I saw that I had the flounder on it, so I've only hoinked it out a little way. I can't get much further with it, not with this wind in your face. So this is my plan all along. I just keep going on about Bay 28 all the time, how fantastic it is. So I can get Bay 20, so another bay comes. I ain't really in Bay 25, I'm in Bay 35, yeah. It's just so I can get in there and get the fish, because I know where they are. It's me psyche. I've got my psyche on the job, you see, and oh, another bit of weed. There'll be another bit along in a minute. I expect I'll get snagged up. Anyhow, I'll be back in a bit. Well, that was another cocked up cast. Only went out about 20, 25, 30 yards, 20 yards. Let's just hope I can get it up in time to get over the rocks. But that's where I caught my cod, wasn't it? And the fish must come in when the tide come up. The fish must come into them rocks along there, hunting for bait, for food, I suppose. It'd be so risky fishing down there all the time. You soon get snagged up. That I'm pointing over there as if you can see me. Look, ooh, that rig and weight that was snagged over the side. The hook broke off, so that's good to know. That but giving it a good old yank, the hooks will actually break off. So if you snag it, you might actually snap your hook off and get your stuff back. It's supposed to be nicer weather tomorrow. I'm a bit dubious about going fishing again tomorrow. That's 3 days on the trot. That's handy for getting videos for you, and I enjoy the fishing, obviously. But it's not right fair on the old wife, is it? Mind you, I think she was quite pleased to see me go today. So I said, I'm fed up with you lot, Moon, and she says, yeah, we're fed up with you now, bugger off. So I went. I don't know what you can do with lugworm. It'll be too late for you to comment if I don't come. And I'm not driving all the way here to free some lugworm. Got another bit of weed up there. So I think I might come tomorrow. I'll have a word with the old woman and see what she thinks. If she's not bothered, I'll come. If I'll come too much, I'll get fed up with fishing, won't I? Juicy stuff. You won't believe what I've got. Had you there, did it? Jesus. Oh, sorry. Wow. I don't think there's a fish in there. Yeah, no fish in there, just seaweed. Put it back. Right, let's get another rig. We'll get a rig with, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get a pulley panel with a small hook. That one's alright. That's the one. Cod rig. No, we'll use that. No, we won't. Yeah, we will. Come on. Ain't got time. Ain't much of a tide tonight. 6.2 metre. And come on out. It's not gonna be long before I pack up. Right, hope we're still filming. balloons have just come by. If anybody knows who they are, you are loved, you are missed, you are remembered. Just some balloons. Just some balloons. They're gone now. I don't know. This is hard work now. Because of the seaweed. It'll be high tide in a bit. So hopefully the weed might slow down a bit. Chuffed to bits though. 2 cracking fish. You might get bigger fish in Norway, but there's that few fish in this country, you're glad of it when you get one. Sounds like something else, doesn't it? Right. Well, my rod rest. I thought I'd got snagged up. My rod rest, look, I don't know if you can see that there. It's shattered. I'm going to have to put a clip on that. But my rod rest went flat to the ground. It just went boom, and all 3 legs sprayed out. I had it up against the wall. God knows how that happened. That's the first time that rod rest has ever let me down. Totally the first time. I think I'm now just going to go to fishing 1 rod. It's so much weed. It's hard work. I ain't so bothered. It'll just make it a little easy. Look at this weed coming up there. That fishing rod there is snagged over the other side. I'm going to have to wait for the tide to go down to get it back in. So that's one of the reasons why I'm going to fish. Excuse me. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to fish with 1 rod. Because rod rest is broken. Still works. I might be able to hammer that round and get a metal clip and put it over there. Won't look good, but a temporary fit. I've got another one of them rod rests at home anyhow, so. But I've had that rod rest for 15 years and I don't see why it should get damaged like that and not get repaired. So I'll either put a ferrule over the end and glue it on with some very strong glue. Yeah, I think that's what I might do. Or I shall get a small Jubilee clip, I think. I know it'll look rubbish, but so I can't get my weight back until I climb over, and I don't know that I want to do that now. Both lines are getting crossed. There's that much weed out there, as you've seen that bladderwrack weed. It comes off easy, but it's just weighing my lines down, and I was reeling that rod in, and all of a sudden I saw my leader and I thought, Christ, I'm near the rocks, I'm going to get snagged. So I managed to get it up. Phew, aren't I a soldier, eh? Talking as though it's the end of the world, isn't it? Well, it's a nice breezy day. I've caught 2 fish. I haven't seen that many others catch. Yeah, tide's just not coming in. It's, look, I don't know if you can see. Tom, you might have to just sort of like, you can see the bottom of the ramp and the waves are just kissing it. I think that if I had been in Bay 28, I wouldn't have probably caught a fish. I'm happy where I've been. I wouldn't want to fish any lower than 25 on a 6.2 tide. And then you got 25, 4, 3, 2. I think I was in Bay 21 once, and it was a 5.9 metre tide, and it was just kissing the bottom of them bricks then. So there is bays there on the lower tides that are hard work, but right, let's get this sorted. I need a 2-hook flatback. That's the puppy. Got slightly wider hooks so that I can thread the worm around. On the smaller hooks, the worms are quite big, very good worms, and they don't spread well. They get caught up and snagged and leak everywhere. So. But I ain't had a codling yet. Well, we're having a good day, aren't we? Well, I am. Oh dear. Thump, thump. You Adam and Eve it. And just come then. Right. What's the time? Right. It's high tide now. I've got that hook. I've managed to get my rig back from over the side. After all that tugging, I just give it a little pull with my hand and it flew out. So I've hooked that one I've just baited and I'm going to chuck it out. That's the arsehole, isn't it? Right, now what, 2 up flapper with something that ain't gonna send a... I've got about... Hello! It's me again. I've got about... Wind's changed. That's weird, isn't it? Look at that. See the smoke on the chimneys now? They were going over that way. It's gone round to there now. So I'm more sheltered there. Put that on. So... It's tide's nearly out, to be honest. I've come here today and I'm so pleased I have, because I've caught the 2 fish and it stopped the blank again. So it's only a 6.2 metre tide, and it is, as soon as it come up to high, well, it ain't come up very far. So what I'm saying is that every time I'm reeling in, it's getting snagged. These 2, oh, I might have one more cast, but I think when I reel that blue rod in, I'm going to put it away. And I might just cast the black one out again. And I might just put a squid bait on. Getting sand blown in the eye, or some grit from the floor, I think. So, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm so pleased I caught the 2 fish. That's made a fishing trip now. Finished it off. So what I'm saying is I think I've got about 10 or 11 lugworms left. I've just tipped the water out. You can see the water on the floor. And I had some salt water in a flask, which was clean. And I've filled them up in the bucket with the clean salt water. And I might just come fishing again tomorrow. The high tide tomorrow will be something like 20 past 5. But it's what is it tomorrow? 6.5 metre. It's certainly a higher tide than it is tonight. It's not falling, it's rising. So I think I'll the wife won't mind. She's a good old girl. But it's a slog. But I hate wasting bait. I mean, normally, if I've got any lugworm left over, I tip them in the sea. Because I think to myself, well, if they don't get eaten, they'll find their way to the bottom, won't they? And they'll find a home, wouldn't they? I don't mind hooking up lugworm, but when I've got them in the bucket and I look at them, I think, oh, poor little things. As I've got older, I don't like killing things. Anything really, apart from bloody flies. They get on my wick. So, it's less windy tomorrow. The gusts are a lot lower. The wind in general is a lot lower. And it's a slightly higher tide, so I might just bollocks and just say I'm going fishing. I think I'm saying that now anyhow, so that's what I'll do. I don't know if I'm working on Monday. Well, I am working on Monday in the morning. So I could have a look at Sunday's or Monday's tide, couldn't I? Them lugworm are going to be fine in that because that's fresh salt water. Yeah, so that's what I'll do, I think. It's great. That plastic bag, I'm not taking that with me. It's got a big stone in it. That's why it hasn't blown away. And people hang them underneath the tripods, and it's there for if someone turns up and wants to use it on their tripod, innit? And someone's left their rag there as well, fishing rag. So someone might turn up and forgot the rag, and there'll be one there, won't there? Oh, look at this! Well, and I thought that was a bloody fish. Well, I got excited then. Oh, I got excited then. That rod was banging like this, and I thought, oh, I got a fish, and I've actually seen the bite. And I turned the camera on, reeled it in, and well, you've seen what I've got. Oh dear, look at that. I think that's it. The tide is going out. I could carry on fishing, but what I think I'll do is come back here tomorrow and give it another go. Yeah, I think I'll give it another go. As long as the old woman lets me. She's not a bad thing though, is the wife? She's good as gold, really. I think she's just happy for me to be out of the house. So I'm going to take that weed off and I'm going to clear up and call it. Thanks for watching if you've got this far. Please comment. It's good to have a chat with people. Please subscribe. I'm going well at the minute. I'm really chuffed. I just hope that I stay alive to see the 1,000 subs. That would be really good. But I can't believe it. I don't know where I am at the minute, but I was at 575 or whatever I said before. If I didn't, I've just said that. So it's yeah, it was 474 when I was at home. So yeah, thanks for all you that are subscribed to me. I know I bore a lot of people. I know I rattle on and talk a load of squit at times. But yeah, I can't believe that the people that have subscribed to me, I can't believe there's that many people that want to watch it. Thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, and ring that bell. I think I did this at the beginning of the video. I tend to do it at the beginning of the video. I think I did it at the beginning of the video. I tend to do it then, just in case people don't go much further. You know, they might just go, oh, he said subscribe and hit that button. So anyhow, for those that got this far, thanks for watching. It's been great being there on the Humber. Saturday the 21st of March, and it's been brilliant. Lovely fresh air. Caught 2 fish. Had some fun with that. See, I don't mind that weed. That weed, bladderwrack, it comes off ever so easy. It's that snotty, felty type. It's like hares weed. That's terrible. It's quicker to cut your line and retie your leader on to get the weed off. But yeah, it's been great. I'm gonna stop waffling on now. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget, watch the next one, please. That was for Tom. That's just to tell him that I finished. Anyhow, Tom, that's for you. I finished. I'll see you later.